Welcome to NeuroDriveAiReels, where cities breathe, machines move with purpose, and the future glows in motion. Here we don't just imagine tomorrow, we drive through it, watching neon skylines pulse, streets hum with energy, and technology merge seamlessly with life. And today, we ask a question that could redefine how we power this glowing world. What if I told you that the car sitting quietly in your driveway could become one of the most important players in the global energy system? Not just a vehicle gliding through neon streets, but a living, breathing power station on wheels, pulsing like the veins of a futuristic city. Forget about plugging in just to charge. Forget about worrying whether the grid can handle millions of electric vehicles at once. Imagine instead a car that actively stabilizes the city around it, sending power back into the skyline the moment demand threatens to overload the system. This isn't science fiction. It's the beginning of an AI-driven energy revolution that fuses our cars, our homes, and our neon-lit cities into a single living ecosystem. The grid's greatest challenge. Across the world, cities are glowing brighter than ever. Skyscrapers pulse with holographic billboards. Streets hum with self-driving cars moving like streams of light beneath violet skies. And every year, the hunger for electricity surges higher. But the power grids beneath this neon glow? They are old, strained, designed for a quieter era. Solar panels gleam like mirrors at dawn. Wind turbines spin like futuristic sculptures on the horizon. Yet renewables alone can't keep pace. They are intermittent. The sun fades, the wind stills. The current must remain balanced, stable, flowing like a neon circuit across the landscape. Battery storage exists, but it is costly and limited, too small for cities whose demand surges like digital storms. So what if the answer isn't new plants or giant storage sites? What if the solution is already here, parked quietly in our neighborhoods, waiting under the glow of streetlights? Vehicle to grid, beyond charging, picture this. A car connected to the grid not as a consumer, but as a partner. At night it pulls energy when power is cheap. But when the skyline flickers under peak demand, it flows energy back, stabilizing the current like a pulse of neon spreading across the city. This is vehicle-to-grid technology, V2G. And it is not theory. It is already being tested. In Japan, homes and cars trade energy back and forth. In the Netherlands, entire EV fleets supply stability during demand surges. Now scale that vision across the world. Millions of cars, each one a glowing node in a vast web of energy. Together they form a distributed reservoir, pulsing, breathing, adapting in real time. The driveway becomes more than a resting place. It becomes the entry point to a revolution. AI, the brains behind the batteries. But for this vision to work, intelligence is essential. Electricity on its own is just raw current. But electricity guided by AI becomes a symphony, orchestrated, precise, alive. AI decides when your car should absorb energy, when it should release it, and how it should interact with the larger system. It predicts the city's needs before they happen. It studies weather patterns, human movement, renewable supply. At 6 in the evening, when neon lights bloom across the skyline and apartments hum alive, demand surges like a wave. Without intelligence, the grid strains, risking blackout. With AI, the vehicles already know. They release stored energy back, smoothing the spikes, balancing the flow. Across the city, millions of EV batteries act like reactors scattered through the sprawl, breathing energy in and out, operating like a single cybernetic organism. The urban energy ecosystem of tomorrow. Imagine walking into a downtown office tower in Tokyo. Beneath it, hundreds of cars rest in silence, plugged into the system. Each one is storing energy, waiting. Together they act as a virtual power plant, stabilizing entire districts while the people above work beneath glowing screens and billboards. Now picture a neighborhood in Los Angeles or Lagos. Homeowners return from work, plug in their cars, and let AI handle the rest. As the city sleeps, their vehicles sell surplus energy back to the grid. Families wake up not only with fully charged cars, but with passive income earned overnight. Their EVs becoming silent business partners. And now imagine this at full scale. Cities less vulnerable to collapse, less tied to fragile centralized stations, more flexible against climate stress. Cities that glow with resilience, powered by millions of small, intelligent machines. It is not just infrastructure. It is an ecosystem, one that adapts, one that breathes, navigating the road ahead. Of course, no future glows without shadows. Different car manufacturers still use different systems. Standardization must come, or the pieces won't fit together. And then there's cybersecurity. A connected energy web must be shielded from the darker currents of the digital world. Even adoption is a challenge. Most people still see their car as transportation, not as a power station. The cultural shift will take time. Yet governments are investing, corporations are building, and costs are falling. The blueprint is taking shape. Step by step, the neon grid of tomorrow comes closer into focus. The road ahead may have obstacles, but it is being paved. The energy revolution is here. So let's return to where we began. The age of gas stations, the fear of charging anxiety. That story is ending. The new story is this: cars that give as much as they take. Vehicles that do not merely consume, but contribute. Cities that breathe in rhythm with the fleets that move through them. Streets glowing not just with lights, but with the hidden pulse of energy flowing back into the system. Your car is no longer just a passenger in the story of the future. It is one of the drivers. This is the energy revolution. Not powered by endless new plants, but by silent fleets glowing beneath cyberpunk skies. Not managed by human guesswork, but by intelligence flowing like neon current through the veins of our cities. The future grid will not just exist, it will live. And your car will be part of its beating heart. So the next time you see your EV resting beneath the hum of streetlights, here on NeuroDriveAiReels, ask yourself, is this just a vehicle? Or is it a living battery, a luminous fragment of tomorrow's energy system? Because the truth is simple, the revolution is not waiting, it is already here, and it's rolling on 4 wheels. Imagine the streets of New York glowing like rivers of neon, the Brooklyn Bridge alive with luminous arrows guiding cars across its steel veins. Picture Tokyo's Shibuya crossing, where 1,000 people weave through glowing lanes, while your windshield projects a path that bends seamlessly through the chaos. Now extend that vision further. Through Lagos traffic under humid night skies, São Paulo's sprawling highways, Parisian boulevards, and the winding passes of the Swiss Alps. What if navigation wasn't hidden in your phone, but breathed directly into the world around you? This is the promise of holographic GPS. For decades, we've relied on flat screens, phones rattling in cup holders, glowing rectangles that pull our eyes away from the road. But what if the only screen left was the windshield itself? Imagine neon trails curving ahead on a foggy London morning, glowing guides wrapping around desert highways in Morocco, or a soft pulse marking every safe turn along Oregon's misty forests. The world becomes your map, the city your interface. At its core, holographic GPS is built from light and intelligence. Hidden projectors beam holograms across the windshield, while sensors read the environment in real time. Artificial intelligence synchronizes it all, aligning neon arrows with curbs in Chicago, bending glowing lines through roundabouts in Nairobi, or stretching luminous beacons across the Andes. Soon, interaction won't just be touchscreens. Eye tracking will let you choose alternate routes in an instant. A small gesture could unfold a glowing map above the Miami coastline or expand directions while you roll through Berlin's rain-soaked streets. The benefit? Safety first. Across continents, distracted driving causes accidents because screens demand divided attention. With holographic GPS, your gaze never leaves the road. Every instruction is projected where it matters, on the asphalt, the skyline, the terrain. It's not just safer, it's intuitive. Imagine crossing the dizzying interchanges of Los Angeles, and instead of guessing, a glowing lane pulses ahead, guiding you like a companion. Even in the Sahara, a luminous marker could signal the next oasis, while in Rio de Janeiro, glowing arrows curve gracefully along coastal tunnels. But every neon dream carries shadows. Engineers must conquer sunlight glare in Dubai, snow distortion in Montreal, and heavy rain in Manila. Privacy is another challenge. Constant location tracking across continents raises questions about ownership and surveillance, and regulation looms. Who decides how much projection is safe, and whether Lagos, Tokyo, and New York will share one glowing language or craft their own? Still, the horizon draws closer. Early versions are already testing in luxury cars from Munich to Detroit. Transparent OLED windshields and compact projectors are proving the concept. First, the glow will belong to premium vehicles in cities like Los Angeles or Dubai. Then, as costs fall, it will spread, guiding commuters in Toronto, truckers along Route 66, and families through winding mountain passes in Nepal. The future of navigation isn't another app. It's the world itself, alive with luminous intelligence, guiding every driver through cities and landscapes alike. So here's the question. Will holographic GPS become the universal compass of our neon future, or remain a glowing promise shimmering just beyond reach? Imagine your car not just driving, but singing to you. A symphony composed in real time, just for your journey. Forget the dull hum of an engine. What if AI could craft an emotional soundscape that adapts to your mood, your route, and even the rhythm of the city around you? Picture it. Holographic trails glowing across highways, neon reflections dancing on rain-slick streets, and every sound blending seamlessly with the world outside your window. From the electric veins of São Paulo, where towering skylines shimmer in neon haze, to the desert roads outside Abu Dhabi, glowing beneath an artificial aurora of smart streetlights, AI cars are transforming silence into symphonies. In Austin, futuristic grids hum with creativity as cars generate soundscapes tuned to live music culture. In Mumbai, the chaotic pulse of traffic becomes a layered rhythm, reimagined into something harmonious. Meanwhile, the coastal breeze of Sydney blends with ambient AI tones, and in Cape Town, the resonance of the ocean merges with the vehicle's living soundtrack. Even in Abuja, where growing smart cities meet natural horizons, AI transforms daily commutes into journeys of sonic wonder. This is more than music. It's safety, with AI tones alerting you to crosswalks or warning of sudden hazards. It's personalization, with each vehicle singing a unique voice, your car, your concerto. It's connection, building a deeper bond between human and machine, turning cold technology into something alive, emotional, and unforgettable. The question is simple. When every car becomes an instrument, will the cities of tomorrow hum in chaos or unite in a neon symphony?